Okay, so let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I'm going to be attempting to do a Lich playthrough today on the new Third Edict Act. We're going to see how far we can go, and I think I may have found a few items. Where is the Witch? Here she is. Sure thing. Easy peasy name. Probably no one else has that name. It's not as creative as Brotators, but that's fine. But it's a more fitting name for the actual character this time around. So that is something, if I'm not mistaken. Something that is probably quite dumb. But anyway, so we're going to attempt to get to like level. Oh, what's going on in my game? Okay, here we go. We're gonna attempt to like get to like level like 40-ish at least. And we're gonna see how well that goes. Hopefully everything goes well. I'm gonna try and just streamline a lot of the content here. So we've been through Act 1 an awful lot. And it's not really like the most impressive gameplay ever going through Act 1. It's pretty boring. But hey, whatever. We played through it about, half a dozen times. Or no, actually about 24 times now. I almost said half a dozen, and that is incorrect. I have a lot of characters. We even deleted a lot of characters that I just didn't really care for. So, I do have another character that I'm kind of working on too, which is a bleed poison warrior build. It is going okay with that character. It's a little bit slow, but we're gonna make a progress on that. I don't think I really want to reveal it until it's like in an actual state where it can just completely stop stuff. Because right now it is not in that state, and yeah, that part's just kind of disappointing. But we're just gonna kind of do what we can here today. Okay, lady. And then Unearth is kind of an interesting skill. Sometimes Unearth is pretty cool. A lot of times it's Junko-matic as all get out. It's a weird skill. I can't really say much great about it, but I mean, it's okay because it does give you additional little minion guys that run out and do stuff. So that part's kind of cool, but like beyond that, it's kind of whatever. Starting out, it's pretty good, but once you get later in the game, it's kind of just becomes complete garbage. So. And it becomes garbage surprisingly quickly. It's like you won't even get out of Act 1, and it'll just be really bad. So. I mean, thankfully that guy's aim sucks, so that's hopeful. As he slams me and I die, but whatever. As far as, I don't know, like I have a real weird addiction with this game. It's really quite strange and slightly unfortunate because like I used to be a huge fan of D2, but now that I can't play D2 with WASD, it's not very fun anymore. Let's go ahead and take the spell damage crap and all that. And I think I can actually, because can't I like increase how many skeletons I'm getting? Yeah, okay, there we go. How much do these idiots reserve? 60 spirits apiece? Wow, that sucks. Alright, but we can pick up a little bit of some armor and whatnot. I will be using Twink gear for this adventure, mostly because why the hell not? I have it, so I want to get through this thing as quick as possible, so yeah. Contagion's pretty cool. It works out decent early game, for sure. I don't do physical damage. That's not actually gonna help at all. We do sadly still want one of these stupid ones. One with a little bit of extra. Its spell damage would be pretty good. Oh, that does actually give. Oh, I bought the wrong one, but whatever. We got plenty of gold. It's fine. And then I still want to use a scepter for pretty obvious reasons. So I don't know why I went to that. That's stupid. But anyway, and I don't think I can use realistically like any of these early starter items because I am still very low level. I could always slap that on, whatever. And eventually we'll use, I guess, Crackle Creep, even though it doesn't really apply too much to what we got going. But still, can't use any of that. I just want to be able to try and blast through this as quick as possible. With this goofy character, anyway. All of these are really high level stuff. So, but yeah. Oh well, I mean, at least we got a little bit of some helpful stuff, right? I think there might be like a pair of boots that has added speed modifiers I can throw on. Or not. At least we can get a little bit of some block chance, whatever, that's fine. I do believe there's slightly better armor right there that we can use. That'll give us a lot of life. That'll make it a lot easier to progress. And then we can use a helmet that'll help us, I'm sure, somewhere in here. Maybe I'm wishful thinking, apparently so. And I don't really think there's much else I can really try and twink gear out here. So, oh well. Main thing is I just really want to try and blast through this campaign as quick as possible. It's my thought process. If it works out how I want it to, if you go with a Lich, this particular armor says life that would be lost by taking damage is instead reserved until you take no damage to life for 5 seconds. But if you're playing the Lich and then you don't have an alteration to your life, if you have an energy shield, I want to know if you can just use that and then basically become immortal. And I think the best way to try and figure that out is to literally just play the game, get to that point, use it, and then if it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well, we wasted a little bit of time. But at least we have some new content, right? Ooh. Content is great. Everyone loves content. Everybody adores watching content. So I actually have 2 of these on. They actually don't conflict with each other? That's kind of weird. I thought you could only wear one of a unique. I didn't think you could wear 2. That's kind of weird. Anyway, oh, how did those get in there? That's not even the right tab. That's unfortunate. Anyway, so we're cleaning up some of my inventory here, unfortunately, for the time being. And I don't have any charms I can slap on, so that's fine. Whatever. We got some gear. We got some crap. Everything's whatever. I do want to use... I don't know if I can use a level 2 yet, can I? I cannot. Okay, so we can just stash that again. But we can use some of these support gems to give ourselves a little bit of an advantage here and to help out with clearing things. So Withered Touch kind of works out on Chaos Bolt, if I'm not mistaken, and then Contagion we would want magnified area and what is it, profanity? Is that the right one? Support skills consume yeah, okay, that's fine. Profanity then, and then we will also use on this goofy thing. We'll use, it's already got Withering Touch in there, so we'll put Zenith in there, I suppose. For the, actually no, I think a smarter choice would actually be considered casting, so we get an extra 5%, and that's fine. And then for our Unearth, we could go... actually, how do you want to do this here? I like Prolonged Duration, Minion Pact. That seems stupid. Maybe that's not so bad. No. Supported skills remove 100% of your max life from a nearby minion. Ah. Gotcha. I don't know. I think I'd rather have... actually, I'm not even sure. Possibly... neither of those. Whatever. We're just gonna move on. We'll get this thing moving. So we've got... oh, I don't have my contagion set up. Oops, that's pretty stupid. We'll get the unearth there. So contagion. Have that spread. And just kind of clear everything up. Get some little minion guys out and we'll move on. Oops, I forgot I've got that now set to a different button. I want to bring those corpses up. There we go. Just need to find the witch so I can get the cold res, and then we'll move on to the next zone.
The darkness subsides, something foul stirs beneath the surface.
Okay, and then we need to take spell damage buffs. There's the Mud Burrow. So the waypoint should be right about here. There we go. Now we can kind of just sprint on along. Raise up some mobs. I missed my mark. That's unfortunate. It is what it is. I like the fact that I can even use like the dead crap that's here to get some minions going. I think that's kind of funny. Yeah, she got wrecked early on. That's nice. All right, so now we can move on to the next spot, which hopefully is just right here. Look at that, easy peasy. Kind of hit the wrong button there, but that's fine, whatever. What is it? Oh, okay, this is the witch lady. That's fine, we can get some better pots. Can I rise up guys from my own dead guys? Look at that, you can. That's pretty cool. Can't do it twice, though, because they're already pulled up, so that kind of sucks. But whatever. Making progress. I hate being chilled. It really makes a bad time. Alright, there we go. So you need to be level 4 for those. Whatever. We'll get there eventually. We're at level 3, 50% way through. Chunking on through all this. Let's get it on. Apparently these bolts aren't wanting to track through targets, which is annoying, but whatever. So I'd have to get to like level 45, I want to say, to check that out. And I'd also have to have my second ascendancy in order to check that concept of mine out. So we will be trying to speed through this as quick as possible to make sure I can get to that point. That's why I'm using Twink Gear, because I really just want to test a theory. Because I don't know if that HP would specifically target HP damage, or if it would actually, like, you know, target even your energy shield. If it does the energy shield, then my whole concept is crap. So, but we'll find out. I think as long as it even targets the energy shield, technically, it would then just consume the energy shield and not actually damage the character, because it would register as us having energy shield when it deals the damage out. And then it wouldn't affect our HP, because if you're the Lich and you go with the Eternal Life, then you would not actually take damage to life as long as you had energy shield. So I don't know if it would spill over, if it would just cancel out and negate the extra damage or what, but I'll definitely figure that out. And in any case, we definitely have enough items that give a crap ton of energy shield, which should help out with the grind concept here. I got hit while sprinting. No. I think as long as you also take the ability to, instead of like life leeching, you would then mana shield leech, then I would assume that you could probably stack it and then become truly immortal, thus satisfying the eternal life claim to fame. So there's no fame there, but whatever. Sometimes I feel like that thing doesn't quite activate in the correct order, but whatever. I also think that this would be a pretty easy build, somewhat cheap for the most part, because you could get the perfect essence of whatever the hell it is that allows you to then like just roll +3 on skills for not only your wand but also your focus. So you can always at least have, you know, +6 skills between the focus and the wand for, you know, like, I don't know, I think they're going for like 60 Exile each right now, but which is a little bit pricey. It's not horrible, though. I mean, for the most part, most people have that pretty easily. I do want to come in here and grab this. I do also want to try and kill Bramblewood. So I will be going back in there just because I've already pretty much got that whole zone mapped out. So if I want to kill Bramblewood, now's the time to do it, I think. 'Cause, I mean, he should be, like, right over here. One would assume, anyway. Perhaps I'm wrong. No, yeah, he's right here. So that was easy peasy to find. I probably should have gotten up like a level by killing some of them crappy mobs out there, but whatever. We didn't do that, so... Well, that's fine. I think with our 53 fizz, we should be mostly okay. Right, of course we don't get it by chaos, because chaos damage will still mess us up pretty bad, but... Woo. Alright, we stunned him, so that'll be an easy cleanup. There we go.
It's a pity to end you.
Alright, and oops, hit the wrong button there. I tried to click the level up button and I totally missed it. So I could just hit the P key, but whatever, my hand's in a different spot. We don't really care about monster health right now, so we'll just take the damage. That's fine. Unfortunately, we do not. I suppose. Wait, hold on. Isn't there like an efficiency, like a cost efficiency rune or something that I could try and slap in since I have access to T5 support gems, and then I could get more Skelly boys. Let's take a hot second to go back to town and check that out, because I think I might be able to get more skeletons, 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 skelly boys, whatever they want to call them. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. So that should be somewhere. Why is the well thing still listed there? That's really annoying. Anyways, efficient. What about like spirit? Ah, damn. That is not what I want. Yeah, here we go. Efficiency 2. Sport skills have 40% less cost. So we'll try and slap that and see what that does. Can I put that on Skeleton Warrior? I cannot. So that sucks. That ruins that whole concept right off the rip. And that's okay. Unearth, we will put, I guess, Brutality 1, whatever. And then we'll also put, like, Armor Break or something, I guess. I'm not entirely sure that's really all that useful, but since a lot of my stuff does melee damage, it'll probably work out okay. Hey, give me that skill gem, you jerk. There we go. And we can go ahead and get Contagion 2. That'd probably be a good idea. I do have a crap ton of these, so we'll just kind of blast our skills to add more support slots. And for Contagion, we can go with like chaos damage contributing to freeze. I don't have enough int for that, but that would certainly be pretty nice. But oh well, whatever, we'll do something like that, but we can't use it yet because we don't have enough int, so it is what it is. We'll just hold on to it for the time being. I don't even have int for profanity apparently, so that really sucks. Do I have enough int if I take that off so I can get at least the more damage? I suppose so. Or can we just use the chaotic freeze up front? That would probably be a better idea. We'll hold on to the other ones, that's fine. Unearth, we can stick something else into it at least for the time being. So we'll come back down, grab all of these. Unearth. Heft would be pretty good, I think. So we'll slap that on there so they do more damage. Okay, cool, that'll work, I suppose. Oh, and I can finally use the better flasks. There we go. That'll be helpful. I already had an Exile drop, is kind of crazy, but whatever. Efficiency 2. Can't do much with that. Alright, wasn't there some unique I could throw on at level 4? Or what am I even at, 5? So maybe there's some other shit I can use. Just kind of help speed up the process a little bit. Minus to all res. That sounds not so good. Just gonna go and throw that out there. What is this? I don't care about that at all. That wouldn't do any good. And the boots. I don't remember if there's a pair that has movement speed, because that'd be really nice. No, okay, I'd have to wait till like level 6 to use those. Great stuff. Problem is that you get that, which then makes, you know, you don't have any evasions. That kind of blows, but whatever. Where the heck are my wands? What the heck? Oh, you're there. Nope, nothing good there. I don't think there's any good chest piece I can swap that out with. What a disappointment. No, alright, we'll get back to the grind. That's fine. Oops, not Grellwood. I need the Feywood. Or, sorry, the Red Veil. That's the one. I know what I'm doing. Give me 1 second. I gotta adjust something here. Okay. And we're good. Oops. Of course, I hit the wrong key 3 times in a row there. That's brilliant. Oh, okay.
Death and decay.
Making our way through. Trying to get through this quick. So that works out pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. These little dudes are chewing stuff up. I think they're doing better than the Contagion, even though the Contagion is still just kind of going at its own pace and doing its own thing, and I'm not even casting it, so that's definitely something right there, let me tell you what. Oh, you got it. Okay, well, maybe. You okay, Dad? Guess, okay.
None can oppose me.
Did I, like, somehow get... No, hold on. Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta help out here at the house real quick. for the time being. See how far we can get here.
I can create better. Perhaps this is what we need. Impudent undead.
Okay, so for some reason, the Unearth is just absolutely shredding right now with Heft, heavy, Brutality, and Armor Break. And for some reason, it's even applying Contagion everywhere. Still a little confused on why that's going on, but that's okay with me. Is this because of this thing? I have no idea. No, because I'm not actually casting Contagion at all, so I'm not really sure what the heck's going on, but I'm cool with it. Do these little dudes do chaos damage? Is that why? No. They're not supposed to be, but they sure are, so I don't know. We'll just keep going with it, but it sure is something different right there, let me tell you what. I don't really understand what the heck's going on with this thing, but I can just keep pulling these dudes up out of the ground and they keep going at it.
He sounds like fun.
I think the only other thing I could really do to try and speed this up is hop on my other character and go to the currency exchange and buy myself up some gem cutter things so I can get more quality and thus more damage off of everything. So I think if you wind up qualitying this, you get more. Oh, geez. Okay. Thanks, computer. I don't know what the hell you're doing, but thanks. Minions have increased movement speed. I got something. Did I just get bit on the shoulder? Yep. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, so you get more duration out of them, and they also have higher movement speed, contagion than enemies would cast. Yeah, that's those both would be really good things to get additional quality on. But we'll just stick with how we got it for right now until we actually get some of those to drop, perhaps. If we don't get any to drop, by the time we're at like Act 2, I'll just buy some so we can speed things up. But see, now it's not doing the contagion damage magically, which doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. What the hell? So we were doing contagion damage with them, and then all of a sudden we weren't doing contagion damage with them. Oh, I see, because if you pick them up after they, it's... Aha, I figured it out. Okay. So if the corpse that you revive has the contagion stuff to it, the little minion dude will have the contagion stuff to it. So that's pretty neat. This is definitely going to be a slow fight, I think. Okay, now it's going to pick up pace. And now he's toast. Warm, buttery toast.
Very loud and very dull.
Okay. So we got the 3 parts. We can go back to town. Don't have any other purpose for being here now, thankfully. And that means we can then get the nails we need to break the seal on the tree. I don't really think I'm going to have much use for this, because I think having the extra life is a little bit more useful right now. And not only that, but just the armor I think is useful right now too. So let's go and break that down. If need be, eventually I'll have better gear anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. Just kind of store all that crap, move on. And then we go back to the Grellwood, and then we use... Oh, I forgot to find... Oh, okay, cool, it didn't reset, so we're good. Made it quick enough. I'm actually surprised with that, because I did take a little bit of a break while I was in the Redwood. Red Veil, whatever. So that's kind of nice.
He's unconscious, but
Always exciting when you get stuck and you can't actually move anywhere. It's really cool. Okay, so now I need to find the next area. Gosh darn it. Kind of like contagion it without... No, okay, that sucks. Anyway, we do need to find the next zone. Should probably be down this way somewhere. Yeah, see, now that guy's contagion based, so that's cool. Then we can get these dudes as contagion based, and now, as long as they stay active and contagion everything else, all the other mobs I pick up will be chaos damage based and infused and really shred everything. I can just walk right on through everything with these. It's pretty crazy. That is absolutely bonkers how that works. I feel like I'm definitely not going to find the place that I'm looking for this close to the entrance. So, more than likely need to head further out either this way or the other way. It might be up at the top. Yeah, okay, cool. So it's up at the top. I went the wrong way. How exciting. Although, wait, hold on. Is there something over here? No. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be up this way. Probably right inside this cluster of stuff. I would hope. Oh, don't do this to me, game. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. Oh my god, lady, just do your stupid crappy song and let's move it along. Okay. Okay.
death and decay.
This is surprisingly potent. I'm not really sure what the heck's going on here, but it works. It's working surprisingly well, so... Oh my. So of course you walk too far forward, then you start getting owned, but whatever. Okie dokie. And I just stuttered along a wall there, and now I can't move. That's great. Anyway, so we're going to go and get the minion damage and spell damage buff. Because in the campaign, just going pure damage is like your best bet. Which is kind of dopey, but whatever. Excuse me.
That's a dead end. I don't know why I went down there. That's also a dead end. Okay, I'm really good at this game. Don't mind me.
Death, take you.
Yeah, hold on.
This druid has seen better days. Death and decay. At least he died in a place he loved, or some such nonsense. Scatter before me!
Alright, we made it to the Cemetery of the Eternals. That's pretty good.
I don't
I'm gonna try and find the two mausoleums in here, and then I will probably have to take a break for a short while, and then I'll be back to finish it up, I think, because I kind of forgot I had a few things I had to do today, and we're gonna get those done before we try and finish this up. But this contagion thing's actually working out a whole lot better than I remember it ever working before, so that's pretty cool. Especially with these little minion guys. I had no idea you could, like, make them do chaos damage by, like, resurrecting the little unearth bone construct dudes. You just resurrect stuff and they do a lot more damage. It's pretty cool. Minions. Where do we want to go? We're definitely doing chaos. We're gonna go that route.
putrefy. I can create better.
Okay, I'm putting the thing over it. I don't know why I wouldn't want to raise that guy, but that's fine. I think we get a junkie ring out of this little sarcophagus, or I could click the wrong thing. That's cool. Thanks, game. And then I have a ton of rings as it is anyway, so I'm not really all that worried about it. Most of these aren't coming up as contagion based or chaos based or whatever. That's unfortunate. Interesting. They don't look like they've got the contagion, but they do. So that's unique. Alright, so we got the consort. I'm gonna have to take a break for a little while. I'll be back in probably like an hour and a half. So I'll probably be back around 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, because I do need to take a break and accomplish a few things here at the house that I had totally forgotten about. Anyway, thank you for those who had tuned in. Very much appreciated, and I'll be back on